If you've never been behind Resurrection Church to see and to walk through and appreciate the magnificent woods, the beauty of this property, it's just stunning. And this morning, the cacophony, the incredible music of the birds, they're especially joyful today. It's quite obvious. Maybe because it's a Sunday in Easter and they know that Christ is risen. In today's gospel, we hear Jesus say, "I give you a new commandment, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also are to love one another." As I say, it's the 6th Sunday of Easter, and the beauty of May assures us that it is indeed so. And yet, with this pandemic, it's not a normal Sunday in Easter at all. We see things differently, and we are living differently. The early disciples also lived differently and saw life differently, and yet they had such hope for a reimagined future. Those disciples had such great joy, but remember what they were living through. Their Jesus had been taken away and crucified, but he had prepared them. He's prepared us. It's good to remember that the words of Jesus we hear in today's gospel were spoken on Thursday, the evening before the crucifixion. After sharing a meal with his friends and washing their feet, Jesus is preparing them for what is to come, something that will shake them up beyond any sense of safety and security. I met with two friends the other evening, Ed and Sue Schieffer. We met here out back at Rez on the patio. We did social distancing. We were safe. We shared some wine and some food, and we talked about hope in a reimagined future. Ed and Sue are so well-spoken, so kind, so loving. We talked about today's gospel. Sue and Ed said, "We are grounded in Christ. We know the Christ within, and so connect with the Christ as husband and wife, with our family, with others. With confidence and joy, they spoke about Jesus promising to send the advocate, the one who comes alongside us." That's Jesus. And that's what we experience as people of faith. That's the story we need to share with each other. How do you envision the relationship God has with you? How does God stand alongside you? The way we've done church will be different. The early church grew from a few believers who loved one another, who shared their stories of the risen Christ in their life. And these were people who then lived a different way. A year ago, if you had gone into a store and saw someone wearing a mask, you would have been concerned. Now, if you go into a store and you see someone without a mask, you may be concerned. In the early church, when people saw those followers of Jesus, they said, "See how much they love one another." Back to today's gospel, these are the words of Jesus. "By all this, people will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." Something wonderful is happening. We have this beautiful patio out back at Rez. and this glimpse of creation. Imagine a few friends being safe, but gathering, sharing some wine and some food, and the good news of Jesus Christ, sharing our love for one another. That's Eucharist. Thanks be to God.